Hello you guys, what is poppin'? Okay, that was bad. I am back with another podcast, and by the way you guys, podcasts are happening every Saturday or Sunday. I'm saying or because I'm not really sure when or if I will be able to finish editing, because I usually edit podcasts on Fridays. So yeah, so today's episode is going to be about feminism, double standards, and things like that. I have Rubeena here with me once again.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here today. I was so happy doing the last podcast and it was so much fun. I saw the comments and you guys are so kind and sweet, and I'm so excited to get started with today.
And if you haven't watched our first episode together, I will link it in the description box below, or you could go check out the playlist. A lot of you guys love the previous episode, so you know what, I'm pretty inspired, motivated, and encouraged to continue doing podcasts, and I will bring a bunch of my other friends into this podcast. Let me know who you want to see on my YouTube channel and I will definitely try to get them. And if they say no, I will just pull them by the ear and get them. Don't worry, I got you girls. Without further ado, let's get right into this discussion. And disclaimer, these are some of my opinions and Rubeena's opinions. Everyone has different opinions and I don't want anyone to get butthurt, but it's impossible to do that in today's world. You cannot say something without offending at least 1 out of 10 people. So we are talking about feminism and double standards. Rubeena, what do you think about feminism?
I'm gonna be completely honest. Growing up, I really didn't know what feminism was. Like, I think I started knowing what feminism was when I was like about, I would say 16, 17 years old. Because, at home, we don't really talk about like feminism and stuff. So, what I think of feminism is that back in the day where women weren't given their rights, and now they're kind of trying to take back their voice and try to be powerful and, kind of protest their voice and be strong with whatever they want.
Yeah, so basically the feminist movement is getting equal rights. Because before men were the only ones allowed to work, but now women can, and men were the only ones who were allowed to vote for certain rights and bills and etc., but now women are able to do that as well. So the feminist movement has recently changed. Feminism isn't what it was before. Like, modern day feminism has changed the meaning of feminism. You get what I mean? There are some comments that I have personally experienced, like I've heard people say, and things I've seen on the internet, and I would like to know your opinions on them. So, do you think that women deserve more respect than men?
I disagree with that. I think, in the end of the day, we all are human beings and we all get to be treated the same way. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you have to be, disrespect them, or if you're a woman, you have to disrespect them. But everyone should be treated equally and with respect. That's what I believe.
Honestly, I feel like feminism is nowadays, it's like being more superior, not being equal. Back in the day, people were fighting for equal rights. They wanted to be able to do the same things a man could do. But now, it has changed its meaning, like I said earlier. And now it's like some women, or I would like to say girls, because women know what it means and what it stands for. But I feel like girls nowadays, they want to be more superior to men. And do you agree with that?
So I totally agree with that, and I think it also comes from this victim mentality type of thing. It's like you can't just take something that happened so many years ago and just try to use that as an excuse to kind of make push men down, and I totally think that's wrong.
There is this new trend these days that has been going on for a couple of years now, hating men. It's so normalized to hate men nowadays. Like, all men are dogs, even though they have a father and a brother at home. If a man said that women are hoes or women are bitches, don't you think he would be cancelled in a heartbeat?
Yeah, of course. I just think it's just completely wrong. Again, I just think it comes from their type of victim mentality, and they just think just using the past they could just be superior over anyone. It's not like every woman in this world feel the same way. It's just those group of women who feel that particular way, and you could see that it's kind of out there. No,
there are some girls who fight for their rights. they fight for getting equal pay, getting like being able to vote, but that was done long time ago. And I'm not saying that sexism does not exist. There are still some sexist things that goes around in this world, but I feel like girls nowadays are focusing on the wrong things, you know. For them, feminism is like, I'm not going to cook because that should be a man's role, not a woman's role. Because before, that was a woman's role, to cook and take care of children. But now they don't want to take care of children, even 50-50. They don't want to do that because they are standing with feminism. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do see that a lot, you know, even in my own, you know, personal experience when I'm, you know, around other females, they do talk in that type of mentality. And, you know, like at a certain age, I thought that was kind of normal and, you know, they're just having their own opinion. But, you know, right now, like recently, I'm like, okay, wait, that's just kind of too much. They're kind of taking it to another extreme level, you know. You could tell when it's real, but then you could also tell when it's like kind of being fake and it's coming out of their ego, you know. And
yeah, like I said, I feel like a lot of girls have lost, like they don't know what it means, because, you know, we all learn from people our age or a few years above us, you know. The women who actually followed or believed in the feminist movement are already dead by now. I mean, rest in peace. But, you know, people who actually knew and who were able to teach young children, they're not there anymore, and they're just following, you know, these influencers or celebrities who hate on men, and they follow the same path. Don't you think that some, not all, some influencers, female influencers who post things like hating men, you know, going on with the victim mentality and trying to get revenge or trying to be superior, are influencing the younger generation a little negatively?
like, I think, you know, like sometimes maybe it could be because they might have experienced some sort of trauma, or, you know, some sort of experience when it comes to men who knows, maybe like treated them bad. Because you know, I used to work at this place, and, you know, this girl, she has been cheated on. So what she was doing is, with the group of girls, she was like hating on men. Like, when I say hating, meaning she was like cussing. She's like, all men are disgusting, they're pigs. Like, she's like literally saying like all men, they're just like nasty. And, you know, I was the only person to kind of disagree with that. And this girl started to fight with me because I was trying to be different, and I was like, you know, speaking my mind. And, you know, I'm like, you know, just because we have the same body parts doesn't mean we have to like agree with each other, you know. And it was just so crazy. But I think sometimes it's from their experience, their own personal experience.
Yeah, a lot of like, I feel like even like viewers who will watch this video, there will be some people who will comment something against us. But here's the thing, that's what society wants us to do nowadays. You know, if you don't agree with them, you're against them. And they just always want to like attack you for having a different opinion. Nowadays, it's wrong to go against women, even if they're wrong in certain situations. Like, even if you go against them or just try to tell them that, hey, I think you're wrong, they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, you are a pick-me girl. Have you heard of the term pick-me?
I've never heard of that, but it's more like they try to get into a fight with you. That I've experienced that myself. But yeah, that's just insane.
There are some things that women can do, and there are some things men can do. And okay, for example, a lot of women think, let's talk about football, right? A lot of women think that it's sexist that male football players get paid way more than women football players. But here's the thing. Now, football has now become an entertainment industry, right? And yeah, male footballing matches, like male footballers get paid more because they have more people who follow them, watch them, and pay them, like pay to see them. Whereas female teams or female footballers, they don't get paid as much because they don't have a large audience. It's not equal. So what I don't understand is, how could you expect to get treated the same or paid the same when you don't have all of the factors that are equal? You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Yeah, I do agree with that. And you know, there's a certain way, if you're trying to, you know, change the rules and change, you know, get more rights, I think there's a certain way of doing that, you know, like in a respectful way, not like kind of in the feminist way, but, you know, there's a different type of way to do that.
Don't get me wrong, there are still a lot of women like few weeks ago, I saw this husband and wife on TikTok. They're pretty famous, they're pretty popular on TikTok, and apparently they both work in the same law firm, but the woman gets paid way less, okay, not way less, a little less than her husband, but they're both doing the same job. Now, I think that is sexist, and that is something you have to fight for. But I mean, because they're doing the same job, and they both have the same experience, and they're both good at their job, so equal pay is, they're obligated to equal pay.
I wanted to ask you something. Like, have you experienced any situation where you have experienced feminism or met a feminist before? Like, have you had that experience before?
I mean, I did have this argument with a girl last year. She was like, you know, full on feminist. Like, the minute a man would say something, she would go all crazy, okay? So this incident happened where she, you know, she had a preference. Like, she wanted a tall guy, and she was making TikToks about it. I mean, I don't care, because everyone has the right to have a preference, right? And this guy commented saying that his preference is like girls who have like muscles, and, you know, basically not a fat girl, but he didn't really say that. And then she took this to Instagram, and that's when I saw it, and there was like a lot of drama going around this whole topic. And let me tell you, that guy had to go private, because a lot of people who were following that girl were feminists, you know, like crazy feminists, like who would literally murder someone for saying the wrong thing. And I replied saying, dude, like few days ago you posted this, and I sent her the TikTok. I was like, you posted this, so that's your preference. Why is this guy getting bashed on the internet, and you had to take this to the internet where you know people are gonna take this the wrong way? And now, like, she tried reporting him to the university and stuff like that. And I felt like it was wrong, because here's the thing, you can change. If you're healthy, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, you need to be happy with your body, right? If a woman wants to be a little chubby, there's nothing wrong with it. If she's happy and healthy, that's fine. If a woman wants to be skinny, that's her choice. So everyone has a preference, and it's something that you can change. You know, a chubby girl can be skinny, and a skinny girl could be chubby. That you can change that if someone wants. But tall or short is not something you can change. And she was disagreeing with me so much. She posted me on her Instagram as well. She was like, oh, look, this, and I was like, what the fuck? And that was a bad experience, but I didn't take it as a bad thing, because, you know, I was so convinced that I was wrong. But then, like, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to let a bunch of people control my opinions. I remember, like, when I first asked you if you were like, when we discussed this topic, you were afraid of, like, if people will judge us, right?
Yeah.
And then I think I told you, don't be afraid of society.
I can't lie, I was a bit like, okay, like, because this is kind of a controversial like topic, right? So it's like you're gonna get, you know, people with so many different opinions, so it could be intimidating at times. But because of my past experience with that particular girl at work, it's like, oh my god, like, so that's why I was a bit cautious. But I actually wanted to ask you something else, because it's something interesting that I saw online. It was this Korean you know, feminist group. They actually went topless outside, and they were screaming how my body is not pornography. So what I didn't understand is that, okay, you're saying that your body's not pornography, but yet you're just being outside topless and letting people take pictures. So, like, I don't know what to think about that. It's like am I not like understanding, like aren't you kind of putting yourself out there? It's like you're going against what you're saying, right? So I'm gonna actually send you that picture right now, and I want you to take a look at it, okay?
Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. If you want to get a point across, you don't need to actually do what it says. You get what I mean? Like, if you want to post something like this, you don't really have to flash yourself. You could do it with normal clothes, and it wouldn't be a problem, in my opinion, right?
Yeah. And you know what, you know, I actually read the entire article, so it's actually funny that, you know, Facebook, right? So this was posted on Facebook, and, you know, Facebook's algorithm, whatever, it automatically deleted this because it came as nudity, like naked people, whatever. But then Facebook actually apologized to them and brought that picture back online. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? What do you think about that?
I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna agree with me and you that it is this word over here. It is, I cannot say it, but that is what it is, and I really don't understand. If I was Mark Zuckerberg, he's the one who owns Facebook, right?
Yeah.
I would literally like ban them from using Facebook for the rest of their life. You know, I have seen a lot of Instagram influencers post pictures with literally everything out, and they will post a picture of a man would be like, you know, shirtless with his abs out. They'll be like, why is this okay but this is not okay? Like,
yeah, I saw that before. Yeah. And you know, it's scary because it's not scary, but like there's like little children on these like social media things too. So like, what are they gonna think? What are, you know, like people usually don't think about that before posting all these stuff.
Exactly. I really never understood this concept. Like, trust me, like sexism does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but nowadays it's not feminism, it's pseudo-feminism. It's gone crazy. You know, you expect everyone to, you know, you could be shaking, like girls could literally be shaking their asses on social media and then ask people, not just men or women, not just men, but they would ask men and women not to like say anything, you know?
Yeah.
It could be a simple compliment. It could be a man commenting saying, oh, you look good. And then the girl will start like, oh my goodness, you are doing this and this to me, blah, blah, blah. I didn't consent to this. Why is your comment section open then? Like, what do you expect? I just don't get it. Like, the world has changed a lot. Like, honestly, I'm fucking confused, you know. I know that a lot of people are gonna go against some, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's common sense to understand that sometimes people could have different opinions and not everything that is trending or not everything that has a large audience supporting it is right. Sometimes, I mean, bro, a lot of people supported Hitler. Was he right? I think not. So it's something similar. Like, there are a lot of people who support pseudo-feminism, but I just don't, I believe it's not right.
I totally agree with you on that, yeah.
And there's so many double standards set nowadays, you know. Come up with a few double standards. Okay, wait, so there are a few, okay, I would like to say this. In the brown community, for brown people, double standards, yes. Western people, double standards, no. If you get what I mean, you know. Usually when we talk about double standards, we automatically think that women are being negatively impacted. But I feel in the brown community, yes. But in the Western world, I feel like double standards affect men more. So do you agree with me?
I would say maybe back in the day, not now. I feel like, you know, like from the brown community, I feel like a lot of girls now have more freedom, more, I don't think it's so much of a double standard. From my experience, basically, like with my family, I have a lot of freedom. I get to do whatever I want. I'm not saying I could just go outside and strip naked, but you know, I could still like do the things that I'm allowed to, like whatever I want to do. But I think maybe back in the day it was more like that. But I think the brown community like is starting to change now. There's not really that much of a double standard. So I really think it depends on, you know, what type of environment you grow up in. You know, what about you?
Here's the thing. I think that there are still a lot of double standards in the brown community, in brown countries still. Like, you know, not for us because we live in, even though we're brown, we live in different countries and we don't experience it as much. But if you go back to, like, you're from Sri Lanka, right? So if you go back to Sri Lanka, you would see that, you know, men are allowed to go out and have fun, do whatever they want. And there's this saying in the Lankan community, a man could go do whatever he wants. We could wash him and take him back home inside. But if a girl does it, she's gone. So you could ask your mom about it. It's actually true.
Yeah, she actually did speak about this. She spoke about this before, you know. She would tell, you know, like she would tell us like how, you know, back in the day, it's like you have to be home on time, you have to dress a certain way, you have to cook for the family. It wasn't like an easy life, you know. And yeah, I think she dealt with that double standard type of thing because she grew up with brothers, and you know, they were allowed to go outside. They weren't asked a lot of questions, and you know, she faced a lot of stuff like that. Even she wasn't allowed to have guy friends because it was seen as like, oh, is she a slut, like in that type of environment. And you know, once you came to Canada, there was a lot of freedom there, and there wasn't that much of a double standard. So I think you're totally right about that. I think it really depends on the country as well, you know.
Even in the brown community, it still exists, and it's gonna take a lot of time for, you know, the for people to change, you know, because the new generation, you know, that's like growing up right now, they are being raised in, like, you know, the Western mindset, which is really good. But there's a problem with the Western mindset, you know. The brown community has this thing like men can do whatever they want, women can't. But in the Western world, it's like women can do whatever they want, but men can't. So that's that. And nowadays, even like brown people are developing this mindset that women can do whatever they want, men are supposed to shut up, you know. Women can, it's so normalized, like hitting a man is so normalized that it's made fun of. You would even see this on TV shows, that if a woman hits a man, it's funny. But if a man hits a woman, it's done. Not friends, I have a friend who literally just goes around the house and just hits her boyfriend, like jokingly, she's joking. But if we ever see a man doing that to a woman, wouldn't we judge?
Yeah, of course.
So there are many other double standards. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, we can't keep talking about it. But those are the few things that, like, we wanted to get out. A message that I want to let you guys, tell you guys, is that do not fall into pseudo-feminism groups. Do not be a pseudo-feminist. Know what's right, educate yourself, fight for the right movement, fight for the right thing. Do not follow every trend you see, hating men, victim mentality. Try to see what's right, what's wrong, and then do what's right. And if you're ever afraid to raise your voice, like me and Rubeena was today, we were afraid to make this video because it's a little scary.
So honestly, I'm going to be completely honest, even before making this video, I was kind of like hesitant. I was kind of scared, because I even told Nimeshaa, I'm like, oh my god, like what if we get you know, people hating us on the comments. But you know, she was able to kind of, you know, tell me that it's okay for people to have like different opinions, and you know, hating in a way, whatever, is just their opinion, and you know, we shouldn't take it personal. So I'm glad I was, you know, we were still able to do this video. So
yeah, I mean, don't let anyone stop you from raising your voice or having an opinion. You're not wrong for having an opinion. Right now, you could be watching this video and you could have a completely different opinion, and it's totally fine. Rubeena could have a different opinion from mine. I could have a different opinion. We could both have different opinions, and you could still be kind to each other. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rubeena, would you like to say goodbye or any last words?
It was so exciting making this video. You know, I'm so excited to hear your comments, and I hope to hear like your opinion. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Alright you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or opinions, let me know in the comment section down below. Me and Rubeena, we are reading your comments. And yeah, do not forget to follow Rubeena on her YouTube channel right here or in the description box below. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.